I hope y'all got some. I don't really do New Year's resolutions, because I usually don't stick to them. But I do make it up in my mind to try to be better every year. I try to be better every single day. Hence my daggone hashtag outwork yesterday. But we are here about to check out Michael Knowles, who is reviewing some white people talking about their daggone resolutions. And I already know this is going to be hilarious.
Happy New Year. Have you resolved to do certain things differently this year? I'm sure many of you have. Well, the libs have too. There are major woke New Year's resolutions going all around TikTok, and we have the top 3, at least according to my producers. This video brought to you by ExpressVPN. More from them later. But first, without any further ado, let's get to the resolutions.
Good morning, Saints and Aints. Happy New Year.
I like that. Good morning, Saints and Aints. Happy New Year. Good morning, Saints and Aints. Hold up, I gotta hear that one more time. I really like the way she said that. Good morning, Saints and Aints. Saints and Aints. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Good morning, Saints and Aints.
Let's get to the resolutions.
Good morning, Saints and Aints. Happy New Year. Let's start the new year off right. White people, call your white family members and friends out today for their racist antics. Why hold off tomorrow, which you can do today?
You know what? I agree with her. All the white people that's watching this video, you need to call your white family members and you need to hold them accountable for their part in slavery. So I know you had something to do with it. I know you had something to do. So what? You wasn't born yet. I still know. I don't believe you. I know you had something to do with it. I don't know what it was yet, but I'm going to find out. You had something to do with it. You need to find some black people and apologize to them right away. And then after that, you need to go up there and ask that question at this website, okay? All right, yeah, that's yeah.
Knock them out or cuss them out. I don't care. Just do it. And if you've already been doing that, keep up the good fight. Happy 2023. Y'all have a blessed day.
Did she say knock him out or cuss him out? Did she say knock him out or cuss him out?
I'm still stuck on saints and ain'ts. I've never heard that. I suspect, though, that her advice is geared much more toward the ain'ts, just judging by what she said afterward. All of liberalism is just screw you, Dad. Right? That's all this is about. She's saying, yeah, she, a very white woman, saying, yeah, you got to call up all your white family members.
Especially you, Dad. I hate you so much, Dad.
And you got to cuss them out and hit them, and I'm just so angry, and it's so terrible, and I hate my dad. That's all it comes down to. It's just I hate my dad. If that's the resolution, I don't think it's going to be a whole lot different for these libs than any other year in the past. Let's go.
Yeah, nothing says I hate racism like some good old white on white crime. You know what I mean? Good old, old school white on white crime, bare knuckle boxing, lady on lady, preferably between their 50s and 60s. Yeah, just going at it, making sure that they settle the score for racism and white supremacy. All right. What about 1619? All right.
Go to number 2.
White people out there, I'm talking to you. I need you to be a race traitor. As we go forward in this new year, you've got to do everything you can to make sure that all the other, quote, white people in your neighborhood, in your network, are as uncomfortable as you once were when you watched George Floyd die on video for 9 minutes. As uncomfortable as you were when you finally understood the difference between individual racism and systemic racism. Have honest conversations and be the most kind and decent person in the room while you guide them through that discussion. Ask them uncomfortable questions, like, is there such a thing as white culture? I mean, sit with that for a second. Imagine a room with white people taking on a question, is there such a thing as white culture? Step up your game. We have to do more, my friends. We're remaking this country. You guys be well and have a great start to your week.
Remix! This dude said, listen, he said, step up your game. We are remaking this country. You need to sit in a room with all your white friends and relatives and ask them, what is white culture? Huh? There's no such thing as white culture. Exactly. You know why? You want to know why? Because 1619, that's why. God dang it. In 404 years, we've been holding these people down with our toes on their necks. I think somebody cooking bacon again.
I don't know about all those questions, but this guy definitely proved the answer to one of those questions, which is, do white people have a culture? The answer is yes. This is it. This is the white culture. There's many other aspects to white culture. This is probably the most distinctive one. Only white people prattle on and on and on about how terrible they are. The white people are the only people in the history of the world ever to do that. And I have some authority here because though I am broadly white, my ancestors are from Sicily. The Sicilians have always been a racially ambiguous people, a liminal people. And so I think I've got enough swarthiness that I can have a little outside perspective here. It is so bizarre that white people uniquely hate themselves for being white. That is the proof that there is a white culture.
Okay, Michael Knowles, I have to push back on that. Okay, I have to push back on that. Black people equally hate themselves. All right? Speaking as a black person who has heard many people talk about how they hate this about black people, how they hate that, how they hate how they look, how they trying to change it up. Because if you can riddle me this, just riddle me this. What other culture is running around mostly with fake hair, fake lashes, fake this, fake that? Now, people got fake breasts and fake booties, but you can throw a daggone rock somewhere and you're going to hit somebody with some fake hair. You're going to hit somebody with some fake lashes. A lot of people believe that it's just cosmetic, but some people just don't like themselves. They don't like themselves so much that if you look like you were naturally born, then you are cooked. Somebody is going to talk about it. They're going to do the dozens. They're going to tell you how dirty you look, how ugly you are, how all that other stuff. Being natural as a black person, as a black woman specifically, nope. Self-hate is huge in the black community. So I had to push back just a little bit on that. And I think I have a little bit of, you know what I mean? We won the hate on yourself Olympics. That's one of them things, man. Why do people us?
This man has just accidentally proved racial differences in his self-flagellation. This was borne out by data. There was a study done by Pew Research on racial consciousness. For black people, 70% plus said that race was somewhat or very important to their identity. For Hispanic and Asian people, the number was north of 50%. More than half of them said that race was somewhat or very important to their identity. White people, 15%.
That's because they are guilty and they're afraid to, because they get beat over the head all the time. What you mean you proud to be white? Oh, that's the most racist thing in the world. You proud to be white? Are you kidding me? You proud to be white? Out of all people to be, you proud to be white? Huh? That's racist. That is racist. So a lot of people don't want to be proud to be white because they know what's going to come to them. They understand how this daggone world is. It's ridiculous. You know what? I apologize. I can't speak for a white person.
White people have basically no racial consciousness whatsoever. And in as much as white people are gaining racial consciousness, it would seem that they're only gaining racial consciousness to think about how terrible they are.
Now that's I like that Stream TV. He said, nah, it's not that important. It's like race is not that important. We're all people. Like, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
There's the only group of people that does that. This man is afflicted by it as well. I think by far the least comfortable person here is this man. It's too bad. He should be comfortable. It's a new year. Could be a new him.
He got the Fabio up there. Y'all was right. It's people inside of my daggone stream that keep on talking about how he's the white Fabio. He's the white Fabio or something like that. And then Michael Knowles pulls it up. That is crazy. This is Fabio, right? Okay, if it's not Fabio, then forget what I said.
Not good to feel weak and sad and angry and depressed and hate yourself all the time. We've got to protect ourselves. You got to protect your data online. It's extremely important to protect your online privacy with a VPN. Choosing a VPN
Yes, it is, brother. And I'm glad you said that because I'm still waiting for NordVPN to let me know that they accept me as a daggone affiliate. Hopefully they do because I need it for free. NordVPN, although I heard some great things about it, it's pretty freaking expensive now. I don't want to just start out with the first 30 days for free because then I know that I'm going to be charged for the whole year of the service. Now, it might be like $19 a month, but they charge you for the entire service of the entire year. And I'm not that organized. So I already know come 2024, around the same time that I signed up, I'm going to forget, and then they're going to hit my daggone pockets again for $200. And I ain't ready for that. So I'm hoping that they reach back out to me and be like, yo, I see you got a channel, bruh. Yeah, we can do some business together. Go ahead and take this, put this on your computer for free, and we're going to move forward. You just do a video letting us know how you like it, just like Michael Knowles is, and then that'll be, you know what I mean? We help you, you help us. You help us, we help you.
People, these are things we can all collectively work on. Number one, let's stop pretending that we can't pronounce people's ethnic names and really try hard to learn how to pronounce them because it's really not that difficult.
She's probably talking about Kamala because black people always get mad at people for saying Kamala. So some people go out their way to say Kamala.
If you can pronounce Worcestershire, you can pronounce Percar.
Is that how you pronounce? I thought it was
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Maybe you're right. I guess I can't pronounce white
I thought it was Worcestershire. It's Worcestershire?
names either. Forget that I can't pronounce non-white names. I can't pronounce the white names. Keep going.
Number two, let's try our best to unlearn AAVE if we've been using it and relearn WAVE, White American Vernacular English. I promise you it's wonderful. For example, instead of saying bet, you could say okie dokie. Instead of saying BFFR, you could say what in tarnation.
So she's telling people to not speak any logo that was potentially started by another race. Instead of saying bet, you know, if somebody say, all right, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, all right? And you be like, bet. You know, that means, yeah, I'm gonna be out there. She said, instead of saying bet, you say okie dokie. What in tarnations?
Instead of saying per, you can say totally. And let's not forget, whatever major loser. Don't say the N-word. Also, don't say ghetto or ratchet.
She say don't say the N-word.
Ratchet. Usually this is a euphemism for white people just to mean black people.
Ghetto is an Italian word. This is Italian erasure that this woman is engaging in. Very, very racist.
Number three, stop using fetishizing language when you are dating people of color. For example, stop calling people exotic. Again, people use exotic as a euphemism for non-white people.
What if you get stuck like talking to her when you go out at a dinner party or something like that, man? Imagine what the conversation would be like. Imagine what your vibe would be like. Yeah, you was having a good time. And then she pulled up on you and started talking to you about stuff you're not supposed to do because you dancing to that rap song. That's pretty racist. You need to wait until some rock come on or some country. All right? All right. God bless America.
And it's very otherizing and very dehumanizing.
Why is exotic dehumanizing? It's just exotic. If a Nigerian guy were dating this white woman in Nigeria, that would be exotic for him. They would probably talk about how that was a little exotic and unusual. They would probably chatter about that amongst themselves. That wouldn't be dehumanizing. It would be otherizing, but that woman would be other than the majority of Nigeria. She would be a little exotic. She might have. I thought diversity was a good thing, aren't we? Isn't that good to be exotic? Isn't it good to be unusual? Isn't it good to be unique? No, it's only good when it subverts the culture, and it's only bad when it upholds the culture. Is that basic? Especially when it comes to sexual stuff, but all the race politics, everything, all of it. It's just there's no rule, there's no principle whatsoever about any of these concepts. It's just anything that straight white Christian guys who are in any way conservative and traditional, whatever they do is bad. Whatever they want is bad.
Oh yeah, if you straight white Christian guy, yeah, I think if you look up the definition of racism and white supremacy in the new dictionaries, you're gonna see straight white Christian male.
And whatever they don't do and whatever they don't want, whatever other people want, that's always good. And that's it. That's the only principle.
Stop comparing people to food. So stop saying, I like chocolate men or I like caramel women. It's like...
Do people say that? Has anyone ever asked for a nice, caramel little Michael? Has anyone ever asked for, give me some of that, give me a nice tall drink of olive oil over there with that little Mr. Michael? I don't know. I've never heard that. I have not been privy to those conversations. Keep going.
Stop saying, I've never tried a blank before. Just approach people normally. Just be like, hey, I think you're cute.
How is that normal? Hey, I think you're cute. Hey, I think you're cute. Look like I'm about to kill you. What? We're going to edit that part out. Yeah, I don't want any of that verbiage about killing people inside my video. Sideways real quick. So take that part out.
One way to avoid this problem would be to not be promiscuous. I've never tried a so-and-so before. Oh yeah, I've never tried. Maybe I'll sample so-and-so on Tuesday and then go out and sample such and such on Thursday. What you could do, this is going to be much more controversial than any of the racial commentary in this lady's video. You could be chaste and modest and not treat people like they're items at a buffet. And then you don't need to worry about the language because you're not engaging in the behavior.
Number 4, stop hoarding wealth. Redistribute your wealth. If you can afford 20 Bath & Body Works candles or every shade of Hydro Flask, you can afford to Venmo your black friends.
That is the demarcation.
Why she had to add black though? Why she had to add black? If you can afford to buy 20 candles, my wife is going to be upset. I'm going to make sure she hears this part because my wife loves some Bath & Body Works candles. She loves them, every single flavor. My house smells amazing, all right? It might not always be she makes sure it's clean too, but let me tell you something. Might not be the best looking house in the world. Might not be the newest house in the world. But as far as smells are concerned, we up there. We are up there in smells. When it comes to smells, woo-hoo, smells good. But she not about to Venmo one of her black friends either because she got too many damn candles. What?
Of wealth. Listen, man, if you're like rich Uncle Pennybags over here and you got it, you really got it, like you can buy multiple Bed Bath & Beyond candles. It's not real estate holdings, not stock portfolio. It's hydro. What is a hydro flask? I don't know, but maybe I'm not rich enough.
Number 5, stop perpetuating colorism. It can have dangerous consequences. This is things such as equating darker skin to masculinity and strength and saying, oh, I like dark skin because they're more masculine or whatever.
That sounds like a good thing. I expected her to say the dark skin, you have to stop colorism and suggesting that dark skin is bad. But then she said, you have to stop suggesting that dark skin is good. So what, you've got to cut out complimenting black people. You got to call them little wimps. You just call all those black men wimps, and that's going to be much less racist for 2023.
And then saying, oh, light-skinned dudes are more feminine. This is bad because it can lead to things like misogynoir. It can lead to things like darker-skinned black people not getting as much pain medication because it's believed that they're more tough. There's just a lot that's wrong with it, and there's just no reason to do all that. I'm sure I missed a whole lot, so if anyone has anything extra, leave it in the comments.
Okay, I want to get back to the top one. I didn't realize she'd be going through that litany like that. The top one where she says, white people, we need to stop pretending like we can't pronounce people's names. And then she used an English word that I actually can't pronounce, and I bet you can't either. What do you call the sauce? Worcestershire sauce? I don't know, I can't say that. Furthermore, though, would she apply that same principle to foreigners who come to our country who can't pronounce my name?
She get that from Tupac. Tupac said, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the blacker the fresh. I said the deeper the roots. That's what he said. That's what he said. I give a holler to my sisters on welfare. Tupac cares. if don't nobody else care. That's what Tupac said. Tupac is not here to defend himself, though. All right? So don't be attacking Tupac. That's my TED Talk.
Do we need to apply this equally and say, hey, Pedro, stop calling me Miguel. It's Michael. Michael John Knowles. I don't care that you struggle to speak English. You better pronounce that name like the Queen herself. I want RP, Michael Knowles. No, we wouldn't do that. So as always, these are just ways to attack white people.
He said that like the singer of, is the singer Pink Floyd sound like news. Is it singer of Pink Floyd or is it singer of Rush? One of them got a singer that sounds like that, like ew. It's one of those
for being white people. But furthermore, it is good to mispronounce foreign words when you are speaking English. I've made this point before and I will make it again. When I go to an Italian restaurant, I am of Italian extraction. I speak the Italian language. I have spent plenty of time in Italy. When I go to an Italian restaurant, though, I don't sit down there with my menu and the waiter comes over and he says, do you know what you want, sir? And I say, oh, yes, I think I'll have a nice bowl of gli spaghetti alla carbonara, per favore. Gli spaghetti alla carbonara e la hola con la carnuccia, sì. Può darsi un piatto della bruschetta e del duca. No, I don't do that. I say I'd like the spaghetti. Yeah, the carbonara spaghetti would be good. And could you get me, okay, I'll have some nice little appetizer. I don't say, I'd like the antipasto. Oh, you don't do that, okay? But
I always ask for the rigatoni arrabbiata with chicken. The rigatoni arrabbiata is penne pasta with some type of sauce on it. It's really good. Spicy, is a little bit spicy. It comes with goat cheese, chicken. I tell them, I don't want mine with goat cheese. You keep the goat cheese, all right? But it comes with chicken. It's a bit spicy. Penne pasta, got the little leaves sprinkled in like Salt Bae. And I tell them to add some andouille sauce just to mine. Some stores are out of andouille sauces, so they put like little clusters of cooked sausages in them, the little crumbles of cooked sauce, little big pieces though. So they hook a brother up. But since he ordered his meal, I'm going to order mine. And I also take a margarita flatbread. And let me see what y'all old fashions taste like here. That's what I want. I want to try one of y'all old fashions. If you're going to use a whole bunch of ice, I don't want one, all right? I would rather have the one solid piece of ice. That's in my old fashioned. I like for my old fashions to be old fashioned, all right? Y'all got bitters, right? Okay, cool. That's what I want. So, yeah, that's what I'm ordering.
They expect us to do, and the libs don't care when we mispronounce Italian things because the Italians are considered white. But they get really upset when we mispronounce Spanish things, which is funny because Spaniards are also white. But Latinos are not entirely white, and so it's a middle ground. So they expect me to go to a restaurant and say I would like los tacos con el pollo. And that's not.
That's racist, Michael.
No, we're speaking English here. And so even someone like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who was born in America and grew up in a very wealthy suburb, actually one town over from where I grew up, in the poorer town. I grew up in the poorer town, she grew up in the more expensive one, but she pretends that she's Jenny from the block, and she wants to go around, and I think it is a good thing to anglicize her name. Ellis Island was a good thing. It is good that Ellis Island tried to Americanize people. If you're going to come here, then you've got to take on a character of the nation. My favorite one, she was my favorite. Because the first two just seemed so weak, but I got a real kick out of her, and she was talking about, all sorts of, I don't know, and then she got kind of offensive in many places, and I got a real kick out of her. Hers were my.
Yeah, I enjoyed her too. She was weird, but she had a really long outline written up. Clearly, she was reading because she was going one by one boom, 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 and then she was proud of herself at the end. Make sure you comment below and pointed down at her stuff. I don't know what that was about. You know what I mean? But hey. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, all right? And make sure y'all go to this website so y'all can ask me that question right there, all right? Love y'all. See you next time. Peace out.